In this video, I'm going to show you step-by-step instructions on how to replace the front display on the Samsung S23 FE. Now, although this one's got no physical damage, it has been dropped in a fire and has got no display since that. So what I'm going to do, first of all, we need to remove the back cover. So I'm going to pop a suction cup. I don't know what happened to my original one, regular viewers. This one is going to be here to suffice. What we're aiming to do is lift up here, lift up on the suction cup. As I'm lifting that, I'm struggling to get a gap, so I'm just going to use the Dorco blade as well. I'm going to just give it a head start with that and just put it in that gap, lift up, and then I'll add a little bit of alcohol as well, and that's just going to give it that head start that we need just to start separating it. What we're sort of doing is like cutting the adhesive to separate it from that back cover. I've got it on the hot plate as well, and it's set to 85 degrees C, and that's just really helping soften that adhesive. So once I've got into it, I've just got the guitar pick and I am running around the edge, separating it where I can. I'm just taking my time because this is glass and it will shatter if I go too hard and too fast. And then any resistance, I'll add a little bit of alcohol just to help it along. Now as I run up there, you can hear it sort of crunching through it and just cutting through that adhesive, and that's it. This has come off really nicely, and yeah, I'm happy with that. It's all come off in one piece. The adhesive is stuck to that side, so we don't have to remove too much from this back cover. But what I am going to do whilst this back cover is still warm, I'm just going to use the little spinny spindle tool, and I'm going to remove the last of this adhesive. It just makes it a bit easier than rubbing it with your finger or your thumb. Yeah, it's just cleaning it up, ready for the new adhesive when we eventually get round to that. So most of this is cleaned off now, just the last bit there. And that's it. That's ready. You see, there's like little bits of residue kicking around, but nothing thick, nothing that's going to hinder it being stuck back on. Add a bit of alcohol, I suppose, onto a clean room wipe. What I've always found is that like a clean surface will really help the adhesion, and you don't want these back covers to fall off, especially if you're doing this for a customer. You really don't want that. Anyway, let's take the phone onto the workbench and get the screen swapped out. So now that we've got that back cover removed, I am going to get rid of all the adhesive. We're not going to use that. It's not going to get reused. So I'm just going to peel it off, get it out of the way, and stop it getting in the way. Now, there's two parts to these phones. We've got the main board up at the top and the subboard at the bottom. I'm going to start off by disconnecting this little connector up here for the wireless charging coil. Just use my finger to do that, although you can use a plastic spudger as well. And then we're going to use the crosshead screwdriver. I'm using my little electric one, and we're going to remove all these screws that are holding down the shield that protects and holds in place the main motherboard, logic board, whatever you want to call it, board, not a Ouija board. The nice thing about these Samsung repairs is that the screws on these are all the same size, so we don't have to worry about mixing them up. We can just sort of remove them and chuck them to one side in a little pile, and as long as you get them all out and you put them all back in, there is no worries, man. There were quite a few screws on this one, weren't there? Now, we did well because they all came out except two. And because we've already disconnected this guy, oh, there's one more there, look, forgot him. So what we're going to do at this point is get a plastic spudger, if I've got one. And I'm going to get underneath this bit here, look. I'm just going to lift it up to pop that bit off. Just remember, make sure you've disconnected that, and that's just going to fold over like that, look. And then we've got another part, which is this plastic part, and I'm going to get under that bit here, pop it out, chuck it to one side, and that's it. We're into the main guts of the phone now, and we're going to disconnect the battery so that isolates power from the device. Let's have a look at this camera, see how it's... See, the camera is stuck in with some resin, so I'm just going to disconnect that from the main logic board because we'll take that out in a minute. And then we will also disconnect these two cables here and here, and one more just here, look. Let's get those out of the way. There's no more screws holding that down. However, I think I have forgotten the SIM tray, which I always do. So before I try and take the board out, I'm going to pop that SIM tray out and get it out of the way. Store it safely for later, because we're going to need that. And then I'm going to lift up this board just where the speaker sits here, and I'll just lift it up. Give it a little wiggle. Don't force it. If it's not coming, it's because it's stuck down or screwed down somewhere. But if it's free, it should come out quite easily. So just take your time, make sure that it comes out nice. Store that board ready for reinstalling later, and then we can concentrate on removing the front camera, which is an awkward one. I know I bang on about this tool quite a lot, but the number 17 X-Acto knife is the number one tool for getting this camera out. It's the number one tool because it's flat and it's sharp. All we need to do is put it in between the gap between the camera and the frame, and then just push down until it sort of cuts into that resiny stuff that's holding the camera in place. Do the same on the bottom edge. Once you've got two edges, you should find that it will sort of pry out like that, and it is just about out. I don't want to break it, so just take our time. And I mean, that pinged off into the stratosphere. However, I did manage to catch it. With the camera out, the main board out, we're going to move down to the bottom board, and I'm just going to fold the wireless coil back over because we've got another load of crosshead screws that need to be removed. So let's go ahead and get all of these guys out of here. Now these ones, oh, that one's stuck to the driver. Like lots of Samsung screws, you see the first two, they just stick in. There's no explanation why they don't come out, but they just don't, look. So you have to go with the tweezers and pop those last ones out. Now what I think is always really nice about these Samsungs as well is that there's a little arrow pointing to where it's good to pry, and you can use a plastic tool or you can use your tweezers. Just take your time if you're using tweezers. You're just going to lift that up, give it a little wiggle until that speaker, along with the wireless charging coil and that top metal cover, all comes out in one. Store it safely for later. And then we've got two more crosshead screws just holding down this subboard. Get those out of the way now. Now these are different sizes, so make sure you keep these little black screws separate to those silver screws you took out before, because they are specifically for going in there. And then we've got this one, what we need to disconnect. I mean, these, you don't have to really disconnect them. What you can do instead with the fingerprint sensor is just get underneath it and pop it out like that. And then the rest of it should come out all in one. Nice and easy. So that's it. That needs to be disconnected. That needs to be popped out. And then you can take the subboard out. Now, at this point, we've got options. We got options, baby. We need to remove the battery. Now, what I didn't realise when I was buying the part last night is that I've actually bought the part with a battery, so I don't need to. But for the sake of the video, I'm going to show you how to remove the battery. It's very simple. You peel up on that blue strip and you're just going to lift it up. The camera's in my way. But lift it like that. Keep the phone pushed down on the desk with your thumb and your middle finger, and then lift up with this, and it comes off super, super easy. And yeah, that's it. That's all you have to do. You can peel off any loose bits of plastic, and then if you are that way inclined, look, this is how much I didn't realise. I've even bought the battery adhesive, which sticks on there, sticks into the phone, and it goes like that. But I don't need that battery adhesive because, like I say, I paid more than I should have for the one with the new battery. So this one is going to be recycled. What we're going to do is look at our new part now. They always come in these little boxes like this. And like I say, this comes... The genuine parts, right, the best thing about them is that they come with the frame attached. Now, this one's got a battery. What I've just noticed is it's not got the vibration motor. So what we're going to have to do is pop that out of this one before we go any further. You just need to sort of play a little game of spot the difference. It's called spot the difference. Anyway, pop that out. It should have some adhesive on the bottom of it, and it shouldn't be too worn out, to be honest. They usually stay sticky and they can be reused. So I'm just going to pop that straight into our new frame with the screen attached. I watched one of my videos back the other day and I realised that I don't make it obvious that the new screen is attached to this frame and everything that we took out of the old screen and frame is just going from here into there. So I just wanted to make it clear what exactly I'm doing, because it did look a little bit confusing if you didn't know that that's how they came, and I'm not just, you know, taking everything out and putting it back in. Anyway, remove any of the plastic films that you may see on the new chassis frame thing. Get them out of the way. And then we're going to just literally reverse the steps that we did to take it apart and putting it back together. So we're going to start off getting the charge port in. When you lay that in, go charge port first, push it down that sort of direction before you push it down flat, and it should sit in very nicely. Make sure that that fingerprint sensor gets pushed in all the way, and then connect our screen connector, which is this one just here. Octa means screen in Samsung language. Don't know why, but that's their code name for screen. We have, of course, those two little black screws that go into the charging port, subboard, whatever you want to call it. Make sure that they secure down in the holes that you took them out of. You don't want to put them in the wrong place. And then we can move up. We don't have to install that battery. I'd like to think that if you've used the sticker, it's fairly self-explanatory how to stick it back down. But you know, I'm not going to go through that today. Watch one of my other videos on a battery replacement and it will be covered in that. Now for this main board, I'm going to just drop it down into place. I'm going to reconnect this guy here. I'm going to reconnect this guy here. And then I'm going to reconnect this guy here. There was no screws holding this one down, so I'm going to go back down to the bottom and I'm going to get the plastic cover for that. Remember, it's got the wireless coil and that little metal shield on that. Apply some pressure, push it all down like that, and then we're going to re-secure all 8 screws back into place. I'm running out of things to talk about whilst I'm putting these screws in. But one thing I haven't mentioned is that if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, there is a real catalogue of repair videos just like this one to help with just about most modern Samsung and iPhone basic repairs like screens, charging ports, batteries are covered in all the videos that I've made over the last 2 or 3 years. So if you head to there, if you're stuck with something, there will be a video showing how to do it. So now that we've got that installed at the bottom there, we can move on to the top area. We have, first of all, of course, the front camera module needs to go in place. Drop that down there. Now, if you really want, you can get some resin and some UV glue, but I have never, ever, ever to this day had a problem with securing it down like that. It's not going to move around and it's not going to cause a problem. I give you my word. So that means that we just got this plastic cover to go over the top now. And then I'm going to reconnect the battery. I nearly forgot a step there, didn't I? The amount of times that I've put these back together and realised that I've not actually connected the battery is ridiculous. And then we're going to go over with the metal shield. That folds over everything. Reconnect the wireless coil just there. And then everything else is just a case of securing it all back down. There's another pile of screws that hold this lot all together. And I'll probably, because I really have run out of things to talk about this time, speed this up because nobody wants to see me put 12 crosshead screws in. I mean, if you're working along with me, then I suppose the timing would work quite nicely. You know what? You could put it on 1x and it looks like I'm going 2x because I'm that fast boy. Well, it's always good when you don't have any screws left and all the screws are in place. There's no empty screw holes. So all we've got to do now is reattach that SIM tray. That's very easy. And then I just need one of these. This one actually comes with the screws. I've just bought all the gear for this, haven't I? Look, so it comes with the screws and some bottom screws, but most importantly, it comes with the adhesive. Now, just looking at this adhesive, they go one of 2 ways. If I put it down that way, it's obviously not going to fit because that's a cutout for the camera. So I am instead going to peel off the white film sheet part of that one, and then I'm going to line it up onto this back cover because it looks like it's more important to stick it to the back first and then line it up onto the back of the phone. So now that that film's installed, we're going to peel it back. And there's another layer that once you've peeled that back, you need to peel that back. And then we're just going to make sure that this is nice and clean. Use a little dusting brush. Make sure it's clean. Make sure it's clean in there. And then place it down. Make sure it lines up properly. And then just apply pressure all the way around those edges. You can put it back on a hot plate with a weighted object if you want, and that'll sort of activate the adhesive. But other than that, job is good. Take the film off. Looks pretty good. Brand new phone. Wicked.